So, second video of the day that I wanted to talk about is I promised you guys I'm gonna keep you updated with my Caregivers program. I had the interview yesterday with my my medical provider. My interview, the way it went, is the first interview the coordinator will end up doing with the Caregivers program. The coordinator will interview your caregiver, and the coordinator will ask them questions about your activities of daily living. And I confirmed what those are, and told you guys what those are, and I will reiterate it again. The activities of daily living are eating, grooming, bathing, dressing, toileting, devices, and mobility. That's the first part of it, and the other ones I'll explain in a few. Now, let me start with the eating. Eating, it has to be spoon fed, like, do they spoon feed you, or do they puree your food, where for my purposes, my food has to be pureed. So do they puree your food? Grooming, do they cut your hair? Do they shave you? Bathing, do they physically bathe you, meaning they take you to the bathroom and have to bathe you? They have to walk you to the bathroom and bathe you. So if you have a back problem, or you're unable to move, or you're depressed that day and they have to physically try to get you into the bathroom, and you're so distraught that you can't or are unwilling to do it yourself, they have to bathe you themselves. Let's say your back goes out and you're laying in bed and you can't get up and your caregiver can't help you get up. They probably don't have the help, or they don't have the strength to do it. Do they grab a rag and bathe you, a rag, and clean you up? That's still a form of bathing. Dressing, because let's say your back goes out, do they put your trousers on, put your shirt on, help you with your trousers, your socks? Sometimes I know what it's like when your back goes out. Do they help you put your socks on, your shoes, help dress you up? If you need to go to the ER to get some muscle relaxers or whatever it is, or a shot or something, do they help you put your stuff, get you dressed, and get you into a cab, and go to the ER, VA ER for you? That's part of dressing. Toileting, do they help you clean your ass? So let's say your back, again, they help you go to the bathroom and they physically have to clean your ass, or if you're a female, they have to clean your genitals. And if you can't get up from the bed and go to the bathroom, do they clean you while you're in bed? Make sure you have a pee jug or bedpan. Do they clean? You piss in it and then they go and clean it out for you. That is still all part of toileting. Devices such as a TENS unit, prosthetics. Prosthetics can be back brace, wrist braces for carpal tunnel, neck braces, whatever it is. It has to be a brace, a device that would help you with your service connections. The other one is mobility. Obviously, I mentioned mobility around if you have a back problem, you pull your back or anything like that. They help you get up. They help you get around the house. They help you go to the bathroom, go to the living room. Help you go to the ER, to get your muscle relaxers or whatever it is. This is all part of mobility. They help you out. So obviously you would get, that would get scored immediately along with it, because there's no question asked. The other part of the ADLs is the supervision part. And with the supervision part, the way it explained is supervision for seizures, mental awareness, blackouts. Yes, mental awareness, you might be able to, but it's one of those that you have to be like completely out of it, and there's times that, every veteran goes through it. They will be able to do what they have to do, or forget what it is. But this is hard to get rated for during the caregivers, and it all depends on the coordinator, the provider and the coordinator as well, depending on how they see you and how they interpret, the mental awareness or blackouts or seizures, So seizures, obviously, if you're having seizures, that's an automatic. You will get rated for, you will get a value for that. But my coordinator is different. I got a 0 for it. The other one is planning, organizing, finances, household affairs, and medication. Does your caregiver help you out with all of that? So those are the questions I was being asked. Do they help me with medication, my financing, planning my appointments? And again, the way I like to plan my appointments, I like to load them up all in one day. Organizing my affairs, household affairs as well, taking care of bills and stuff like that. And medication, making sure you line them up for the week and making sure you take your medication. Sit there, put it in your mouth or whatever it is, but they help you with your medication. The other one are safety risks. I got a 0 for this, which is okay with me, whatever. But are you a fall risk? Are you suicidal, where for mental health they look at you and do what the caregiver needs to be there to make sure that you don't cause harm to yourself? Or if you are a fall risk, like your back goes out, you can't constantly be moving around, your caregiver constantly has to help you out. Sleep regulations, these are you obviously know what sleep regulation could be, but it consists of trying to get you back to go to sleep. They're up with you. They have their own methods of trying to get you to sleep. So whether it's music, chamomile tea, milk, and a few other things that would be able to help you out to get back to sleeping, massaging or whatever it is, massaging of the head, whatever, at least to get you back to go to sleep. And they know exactly what you're going through, nightmares and how to calm you down. The other one's the delusion and hallucinations. Are you delusional? Do you hallucinate? I do, but my caregiver provider decided not to get rate me on that. I got a 0 for that, so it is what it is. At the end of the day, everything that is given is extra and it's a plus, so take it for what it is and be happy with what's being given. Recent memory, another one. Recent memory, you could get rated for that. So if you have a back problem, and that's what you're in for, that's what your caregivers, that's what the highest rating that you have. Recent memory might not be able to help you out, but if you have a mental health issue, bipolar, whatever it is, recent memory might be it. But it has to coincide with the other one that I mentioned before, which is the supervision of seizures, mental health awareness, and blackouts. The other one is self-regulation, where you have irritability. The way this was explained to me was you have to be careful if you have kids or anything like that. So I do spaz out. I spaz out a lot. Mom used to be able to take care of me on that. So my caregiver now, my sister, would be able to help me out with that, which she does the majority of the time. But irritability, you have to understand that you're always aggravated, and you're a ticking time bomb, and you could go off anytime. So, and it gets, the way it gets rated is at 4, 3, 2, 1. 4 is more than 60% of the time, which is 50% of the time. The other one is 3 is 25 to 49, and then there's 2, which is under 25, and then there's 1 that once or twice out of the month. They go bi-weekly. It's all about how many times they help you out. So if it's 50% of the time throughout the month that they help you out, your caregiver helps you out, then you would see a 3 or 4 in that category. So that's another thing I failed to mention, but I'm mentioning it now. Throughout the activities of daily living and supervisions, all of that, in order to get a 3 or 4, you have to score 50%. You have to let them know that your caregiver is helping you out 50% or more throughout the month on these activities of daily living. All right, guys? So keep that in mind when you're going through the process. I had mine, so now I have to wait for my provider and my caregiver coordinator to coordinate everything together. And then after that, I would have to wait. I don't remember when time, but it's a 45-day process. and then I'll hear back, and then my caregiver would have to apply and get certified to be a caregiver. So it's still a long process. I'll keep you guys updated once she gets emailed in regards to that information, and we'll stay talking. All right, take care, guys. Bye bye. Have a good one.